Hi, I am Dinuka here. Today I am going to give you an introduction on how to use Hello, I am Dinuka here. Today I am going to give you an introduction on how to use Extrude Polygons option. So this Extrude Polygon option is available under Editable Polygons rollout, which is available once you convert an object to an editable poly. So before using the tool, I am going to draw a few of the objects in my scene. So I'm going to include a simple box object, maybe a sphere and a tube. So I'm not going to change the number of the parameters or the number of segments we are having. So I'm staying with the default values. So I'm going to convert these to one editable poly, which is available once you select an object and then right click on top of that. Then you under the convert to, you have editable poly. So I'm going to convert that each of these objects to a editable poly. Okay, I have converted all the three objects to editable poly. So I'm going to select the box object first. Then at the right hand side you can see that it is appearing that editable poly. So under that, so you have few objects: vertex, edge, border, polygon and element. We call them sub-object levels. So from that we are going to select the polygon. So I am selecting polygon, and under the polygon, so once you go down you can see edit polygons rollout. So here we have the extrude and extrude option, so the extrude settings button here. So this is the thing we are going to discuss today. So to apply this option we have to select what are the faces we are going to apply this option. So I am going to select one of the faces in the box object and going to have click the settings button in front of the extrude option. So once I click that, so you can see that this faces came out by some distance and the dialog appears with few parameters. So on the right hand side this extrusion height is there. So at default I got 25.4 centimeters. So I can change it, and you can see that once I am changing that the object is reacting that. So that means if you have 0 value there will be no extrusion, or if you have higher value the face come out. That means there is a positive extrusion. So we can also have a negative extrusion like this, but in that case actually there will be two faces on the object. I mean there will be two faces without any thickness. That means it is not a practically applying object. So normally we can't use that for this kind of places. But if you have some border, or if you're going to have that option in a sphere like places which all these surrounding faces are at a higher level, you can have it. So I'll show that as well. So I'm going back to polygon level and I'm going to select the sphere now. I'm going to polygon level of the sphere. So I am going to select one of the faces, one of the polygons, and apply the same. So that by default you have the positive extrusion, and we can reduce that. So in that case you don't face any such difficulty because the boundary faces are not connecting with the new one. So you don't have any problem here. So you can have either plus or negative value with the this kind of surface. And you have few other parameters on the right hand side, the left hand side, called the extrusion type. So you have three options: group, local, normal, and bipolygon. So if we change these three options, you don't see any different in between, that because it does not apply for a single face. So if we going to select few polygons, I'm going to click by pressing Ctrl K. I'm going to select few other nearby polygons. Okay, so previously it was group option. So if you selecting a group option here, so or else I'm going for a positive value, so it will be more clear for you. Here you can see that the entire selection is extruded as a single extrusion. So unless if you have some other polygon or some other polygons which is apart from this selection, so it will be at a as a single extrusion. If I select something somewhere else, that will be not grouped with this one. But if we have several other objects surrounding, so these four polygons will act as a single object or the single extrusion. So this other four will act as another extrusion. So though we have 8 number of polygons in our selection, we only have 2 number of separate extrusions. So we can use that option as we require. And if we go for a local normal, by keeping the same selection, I am going to select the local normal. So carefully look. So if we have a group, that means the extrusion is parallel. So that means we have a similar size extrusion, or the front face is as same size as the extruded face. But if we go for a local normal, so the face is bigger. So with the extrusion height, so it become more and more larger. So it is not correct to say it is always getting larger. That because we have name also says that it is local normal. That means this perpendicular to each point. So if here we consider this extrusion, the edge here is perpendicular to this point, but at this point it is perpendicular to this point. Since we have this outer circle, this circular face, or the what it called is this is a round face, so the extrusion will become larger with the height of the extrusion. So you can see that. So it is also, if we go in the other way, or the minus value, the extrusion will be smaller due to the same reason. That's why they are not overlapping. So they are going deeper and deeper. So after the center only they are overlapping. So otherwise the sizes of the extrusion will be smaller with the height of the extrusion. So however, if we apply same thing here, since this is an inverted face, so if we going to say we select 4 of the polygons and apply same here with the local normal, only it is as group, so we have only the same shape as here, and if we select local normal, it will be smaller like that. And because we have inverted space here, and if we go in for a negative value, so it will become larger than the selection. So that is the nature of this one. And I'm going back to the sphere and selecting few faces. Okay, I have already selection here. And if I'm going with the third option of the extrusion, we have bipolygon option. So bipolygon option, it will be more clear with the positive extrusion value. So I'm going to have a positive extrusion value. On this side it will be more clear for you. So I'm going to select the bipolygon option. Okay, so you can see that the polygons are separated, or the extrusion was separated into 8 objects. So from first 2 options we had only 2. That means all the extrusion were grouped with the neighboring extrusions. But in this case we have individual polygon extrusion. So that's why they are separating, because in this case also they have a local normal, but in this case if we take a close up, so at this point they have, when they considering from this side, they have a normal to this side, and when considering from this face, they have a normal on this side. So since they are extruding individually, these faces are separated once the extrusion height goes up, and it works in the other direction also. It is, so you can see that the faces are there, but it is not visible whether they are having, yes, you can see that they are separating again. Here, yes, you can see now the faces are separating. So you can't use with this kind of application. So it will be resulting non-realistic object. However, you might be able to use that in some other cases, some other special cases. So these are the few options we have with the extrude option. So if I take with more advanced something, so you can use that with some of the other tools. If I am going with TurboSmooth modifier, which I might tell you in detail later, but at the moment you might consider that as one of the smoothing option you have. So I applied that. It is available under the modifier list. So with the selection you can apply that. So I can apply that to the other objects as well. It is TurboSmooth. You can press T, so it will show TurboSmooth, or else you can copy this and apply to the remaining objects. So I'm going to paste it. Okay, so we have applied this TurboSmooth modifier to all the objects we have here, and I'm going back to polygon level. So I'm going to polygon level of this sphere. So once you go back to polygon level, you can see that the end result, or the TurboSmooth result, will automatically cancelled out. So if I'm going back, you can see it applies. So TurboSmooth modifier also have few other options, but at the moment you just consider that as something which can use to smooth the objects. And at the moment we have one iteration, but you can increase that if you need a further smooth object like this. Okay, however we can keep one at the moment. I'm going back to polygon object and going to extrude this and going to see what is going to happen. So however, we can turn on the under this option, show end result, on off toggle, we can turn on the end result. So once I press it, you can, even without going back to TurboSmooth modifier, you can see the end result. So it will be easier. So easier for you to see the end result while you are doing something here. So I'm going to select the extrude option again with the pass value this time. Yes. So here you can see, or rather go and have a 2 iteration for them, so it will be more clear for you. So I'm going to select the polygons and apply extrude option with my end result on. So you can see, so nice organic view. So you might use that for some kind of organic modeling. So that's what is the smoother result when you using bipolygon option. But if you're going for a local normal, the result will be like this, that because it is does not separating the polygons. So once we separate, you can see separate extrusions with the smooth, applying smooth, but with the local normal you can't see that. And by the group option also we have a similar kind of result. So this is one thing you can apply. So even we going back to polygon level and select all the polygons in the sphere, and with the local normal you don't see because it is applying for all the faces. And by polygon option, if we going for a bipolygon option, sorry, we're going back to bipolygon option. Know whether it is clear enough for you. So this is the object you can have. You can have a nice object. So I'm going to apply it and cancel. Okay, so this is what you can draw with this one. Okay, so this is the actual object you have created. So with the smooth you can have this, and here also I'm going to have the same thing and show some other useful tip. So here also I'm going to switch on the TurboSmooth and switch on the end result well. So it's a 2 iterations which make our cube to a circle. So I'm going back to polygon and I'm going to extrude. So we can say in here we can have a extrusion height. Here we don't have any option because we have only selected one polygon, so all the 3 options are look same. So here I am going to show you what will happen if I going to have 20 cm extrusion. So this is one. So rather I'll take a copy of this one, just pressing shift key. Sorry, going back to editable poly, and I'm going to take a copy, and I don't need this anymore. Okay, so here I am going for a polygon level. I'm going to have an extrusion of 20 centimeters. Okay, and I'm going to select the other object, and here I'm going to have extrusion of 10, and I'm going to repeat it. Okay, so here also we have 20 centimeter extrusion but with 2 steps. So what is this is the difference of the result. So here you can see that more round surface here around this place, extruded place, and this is more flatter. So if we increase the iterations to 3, it will be more clear for you. So if we check the grid, also you can see that the reason is, so here we have one edge here, but here we have 2 lines of edges. So having more vertices at a point means when you are doing smoothing, so you will add some weight to that portion. That means you will have more what we call this more flatter areas or more non-smooth areas. You can control it. Here we have only one line of edges, so it will be more smoother here. So if we take the other side, we don't have any additional edge here, so it will be totally round, and here we have one line, so it is partially round, and here we have 2 lines and it is very much cylindrical looking. So you can, when you need the sharp edge like here in a smooth object, you can use it. Okay, that's what you can do with the extrude option. Hope you enjoy my explanation. I'll come back with another explanation in one of my other videos. Thank you very much.